Alright, so we're back with another How Are They Holding Up? And this one we're going to take a look at the Zeta Silverbolt. Final one of the actual team, and then we'll get them into combine mode and we'll see how the combiner's holding up. So here he is. He's got his big derpy shield gun, which is just true to his character, so it's like there's nothing wrong with it. It's outside of the original design of the gun. Well, I guess they're much like the mini version of the Superion or Silverbolt. This piece, because it hinges for the combine mode, it's not super tight. It really needed to have like a little peg or something in there to just lock it into place, but whatever. And this just seems a little large. I don't like how these things like just combine. Here's the big gun. And then you lock it in, and it's still a little on the loose side. So it's just one of those, like, it's like I wish they would have just made a smaller gun for him rather than having this piece that's just ginormous for him. I get what they're going for. I do. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. I think it's just bad. All right. Head sculpt is there we go. Head sculpt's pretty good. No issues there at all, in my opinion. A nice silver paint, nice blue eyes. All of that looks good. Shoulders are obnoxious. They work what they're supposed to do. Sorry, it just keeps coming out of screen here. We're out of focus. So he's got it ratcheted around. And then there's two hinges here and here. So you get a pretty good range of motion, but then it's like all over the place. It's just, and then you have to kind of get it back in to where it's supposed to be. Just obnoxious. It's not bad, but it's just annoying. He's got a double hinged elbow, the top and the bottom. Gets him a pretty good range of motion, unlike the other ones. Waist swivel. Gets caught up on the backpack, which is by far the worst part about this figure. So this piece will not stay up. They could have toleranced this a little tighter. They could have toleranced this a little tighter, if they wanted to. And then when it comes up here, what it's supposed to do is this piece here is supposed to push over and lock it into place, like how this one is. The problem is that it doesn't want to do it all the way, so then you get situations where it just flops down. All right. Hands, swivel. You can see the swivel on the hands is tighter than like most of the joints of the arm. So that's precisely what I'm talking about. It's like if you're gonna make individually articulated fingers, you can't have them toleranced that tightly. It does not work. So he's got the pin at the main knuckle, and then the other digits are the friction joints. And you can see some of these are actually too loose, but only at the digit, or the tips. And as you can see, I also have another issue that's going on with him. He has got no thumb on this side. Yeah, that's wonderful. So this side does have a thumb. It is just a ball joint. Moves and works just fine. So, yay. Alright, so you get the waist swivel. Doesn't go back very far. Hips come up out of the way. Ratchets up ratchets back, ratchets out to the side. There is a thigh swivel. All of this works pretty well. When you have this up, it seems like those are a little bit low. Like it's unbalanced, but once you close that up, it's like, oh, it was perfect. So as long as you actually pose it with the skirts down, you're good. So unless you're some sort of freak that likes the skirt up, you're gonna be just fine. So he's got a double ratcheted knee, which gets him a pretty good range if you work on it a little bit. And then he's got a rocker and tilt, double tilt, and these are die cast, so they work okay. Like the rest of them, he's not the most stable of figures, but I mean it works well enough. I don't know if you saw anything about that, but whatever. Alright, so let's do some size comparisons real quick. I gotta grab a couple bots off the shelf, just so you can see them with some other leader cons. Alright, so let's see how these guys fare. There he is with Motormaster. And Onslaught. And I would say that is, if you're sitting there like, oh man, these aerial bots are huge. This is what I've got to compare it to is other combiner leaders in the MP scale, and I think he fits right in. I actually kind of prefer him being just a little bit shorter than the others. So yeah, I think that's just about perfect. Here he is with Prime. So he's a little bit taller than Prime. I think that's accurate in the cartoon. Don't quote me on that, but then again, it's like what episode he could be. Next episode he'd be a lot shorter, so who cares? We're doing what we can do here. So yeah, I think this scale is just about right on the money. So yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. Scale wise, anyway. Just want to grab a couple limb bots here too, so once we get the other guys back out. Alright, so let's set him off to the side. Set him off to the side. Him off to the side. Dog's getting a drink of water, in case you guys didn't know. Let's get the team out. Thank you, Silverbolt. Set him up against the wall here. Give him a little bit more stability, I guess. Try something with this guy real quick. And there's the team together. I don't know how well that's coming across here. And here is Blast Off. So you can see how he's fits in there, and Drag Strip. So, as far as scale goes, I would say, they're just about right on the money. They fit in with the Decepticon Limbots that I've got, the Combaticons and the Stunagons. So no issues there. Silverbolt fits in with the Motormaster and Onslaught just fine. So I mean, scale-wise, I think they're just right. Look-wise, I think they look pretty good. Having the way I have them posed right now, just straight up and down, no real character to them, not holding weapons for the most part, and just not posed. That definitely works against them. But the team as a whole looks pretty good together, I still think. I'm going to get these two out over the way. They scale well with each other. They look good with each other. Their designs all kind of match. The only ones I don't like are these two on this side because of their head sculpts. I don't like those. But that's going to be easily fixed here in a little bit. So how well does this team hold up? I would say pretty well. I think that as a team, they would look good on your shelf, and I would recommend them. Silverbolt himself, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. That backpack sucks ass. There's no other way to say it. It's just garbage, and the fact that he has a little bit of a hard time getting balanced because he doesn't have much of a heel spur, which sucks. Unless there's something I did wrong in the transformation. Let's see here. Can we move this out to the back? Let's give this a try. Now, why isn't that locking in? Oh, I guess it doesn't on this side either. Alright. Let's see if this will help his heel issue. Yes, it does. Okay. That works. Makes it a little less clean, but I mean, heck, whatever. I do think this can clean up a little bit better, but that's probably on me. Let's see here. Let's try it this way. There we go. Alright. I wouldn't really say it's on me. This is how the last owner had sent it to me. And I just was messing with it. Like, it got into robot mode. So, kind of me, kind of him. Yeah, that works a lot better. Alright. Fuck you. It's like, oh, things are starting to work for this guy. The back piece is like, really? I'll show you. I'll show you all. All right, so yeah, he's pretty stable now. 8 out of 10, I'd say. That backpack still eats me up, but the rest of it actually is pretty good. Missing a thumb, but that could be either factory issue or the issue with the previous seller. But at the end of the day, you know, if they would have made ball jointed thumbs that are super loose that fall off, as we saw with other of these figures throughout the reviews, we wouldn't have that issue. As it is, I think the team looks good. I recommend the team. For a score on the team, I'm going to give the whole, as a whole, an 8 out of 10. I think they're pretty good. Price was just right, $475. That's about what they were going for when they came out. It was like the mid to high 400s, I believe. I think there's some of the sets were in the high 300s. So I'll recommend it for that alone. Price wise, especially when you're getting the whole team for the price of the Fans Toys Silverbolt. It's just, I mean, there's not even a question in my mind. What is the better way to go? So yeah, I would recommend them. I think they hold up with the modern collection pretty decently. But with the caveat that these two, you'll just have to be okay with either stupid cartoon heads or badass toy heads. You know, you're going to have to make your decision on that. You know, that was the thing about the Stunticons and the Aerial Bots that just sucked, was they just kind of was like, well, this is the toy head, but fuck it, we're just going to do something completely random, like like Dragstrip with his ears. It's just like, where the fuck did that come from? They just like let's just do that. And it just sucked, the way they did that. Making them just not so toy accurate. But then again, you know, they had to do that with some of the characters like Ironhide, who didn't even have a head. Anyway, I recommend them. We'll take a look at Superion next. But as of now, individual bots, I would recommend them. I think they hold up pretty well. And like I've said before, you have some options. Like, you take the wings off if you want a little cleaner look. You know, you could probably, I don't know if you can detach like Silverbolt's backpack or not. But I know you can probably glue it into Blaze, but who wants to do that, really? But overall, I think the team as a whole is pretty good looking. So yeah, I guess that's all I got.